Hey there everyone, in this video of the Mac Essential, I'm going to talk about how you can expand your macOS storage, especially in my particular case where I am using Mac Mini M2, where the storage is really not that replaceable the way it is in case of M4. Replacing storage of this one is very challenging, guys. So instead, I would say people will plan to go for an upgrade. It is that challenging. But really, is the only way? I would say no. You can also adopt the another method that I also have adopted. So instead of upgrading the internal storage, I am using Thunderbolt 4 drive. And actually there are added advantage to it. The first one is speed. It is faster than built-in storage drive. Yep, you heard it right. The internal drive is slow, maybe because of the burst width, but this Thunderbolt 4 drive have got almost double the read and write capacity, almost 3300 3400 mbps compared to 19 or 1800 mbps in case of internal drive. So you do not need to worry about, oh, I am going for external drive. Alright, so now I am in my computer screen and you can see the drive is connected with the name Crucial because I am using Crucial 1 terabyte of SSD inside Thunderbolt 4 drive. And if you want, you can even add 2 terabyte or even larger capacity. But for the time being, I have added 1 terabyte of drive. And while selecting the drive, one thing we need to keep in mind, we should not simply spend money on getting any SSD because of Thunderbolt 4 limits. Thunderbolt 4 can only do 40 Gbps of read and write. So beyond that, speed doesn't make any sense or doesn't add any value. So any Gen 4 drive having capacity beyond 3500 megabyte per second is of no use. So this is the reason why I went for, little bit old drive here. And if you want recommendation, maybe I can recommend and put some of the drive that are very cost effective and is an excellent choice for Thunderbolt 4. Now let me show you how I am utilizing this drive. So if I open it and if I show you the application folder, you can see many big application exist here, such that my space which is really very low in case of Macintosh, because this one is 16 gigabyte of RAM, 256 GB of storage variant, and here you can see I only have 100 gigabyte of storage free, and that too when I have kept all these programs in D drive. Now how you can do that? Well, it is pretty easy. All you need to do is you need to go to Finder and then click on Go and then click on Applications. Now here in application you can see what application or which application you want to transfer. For example, here I can transfer this Photoshop from my C drive to this D drive. I also would like to see how much amount of storage I'm gonna gain. So let me click here on Get Info and let me close this. Now let me again go to Applications and I am going to keep them side by side. Let's now see how much of storage is left. So right now the available storage is 104 gigabyte. So what will happen when I transfer the Adobe Photoshop from C drive application to D drive application? And it is about 6 gigabyte. Alright, so now here you can see still it shows the storage is 104. But now since we already have copied our application from application folder to this D drive application folder, I think then we do not require the original one. And there we go. So I just deleted it from that drive. And now it still says available as 104. Now let me close this and let me also delete it from the trash. Now the Photoshop only exists here, and let me also quickly see the space that is now available with C drive. So now if I click here on Get Info, here I can see I have 110 gigabyte of storage instead of 104, and the application is still there And let me run Photoshop if it's still running by moving it to D drive. And there we have Photoshop. Maybe I can also ping it my taskbar. And now let's run it. And I would say since the data transfer rate of our Thunderbolt drive is even faster than Mac, then probably the app will also respond very fast. And there you go. Here we can see the Photoshop is working perfectly fine, and we just move it to D drive. So in a similar way, we can move other apps, and this way we can really make more space in our C drive. Now let me talk about the speed comparison. So alright, so let me select the target drive. Start. Alright, so this is the continuous speed what we are getting. Now let me stop the test and let's change it to internal. Now let me test. As I was saying, the internal drive is slow. Now let me show you how we can further go a level ahead and can transfer application that comes pre-installed or built in with macOS. For example, here if I go to application, I can actually look for Xcode, and here we go. Here you can see how many apps I have transferred to my D drive. One more thing I wanted to mention here is, since I am storing application here in D drive, I will make sure that I will not disconnect this Thunderbolt drive from my Macintosh. And by doing this, let me show you how much space right now I am saving. So right now it is showing 108, and if I go back and click on storage, now it says we have 120 gigabyte of free storage with I would say still opportunity to further save 22 gigabyte of document data and 27 gigabyte of photo storage, with opportunity to further save at least 20 gigabyte of more storage. Hope guys you find this video helpful and informational. If you have got any questions or doubt, feel free to reach to me and comment down below. I will definitely try to respond to that as soon as possible. And make sure you subscribe to the Mac Essential to follow more such tutorial, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, you take care and bye bye.